Okay, thanks. Gents, thank you very much for joining. So this is more like a sales manager interview for the bigger teams that is growing teams and that sends people on road trips. I think this interview is more to say let's talk a little bit of the experience that we've had and you guys had with going on road trips, especially with all the new areas coming on. I think there's some stuff that we need to share with the bigger team leaders so that they can also learn from this. I think everybody knows Bongani and Phumlani. They might not know Phumlani that well because he's not very famous, but we know Bongani is very famous, especially in Zawadi. But Bongani is back on sales manager level. A few months ago or last year somewhere, actually his best month was 700 and something. And we're going to talk about that. Mm-hmm. And then he dropped back to team leader 2, maintained that. And now he's, for the last couple of months, he's back over sales manager level. And we're just going to discuss that situation. So what happened was we had, there was a new area that opened up Ekangala, which Bongani went to go do a road trip. Bongani, do you want to tell us a little bit more about that experience and you went there and in that period and the situation there?
Okay. No, thanks, Chris. It's straightforward, not much to talk about it. But one thing for sure, it became easy for me because already Lucas did pave the way for me. Because when I got to Nkangala, I already had like 37 agents waiting for me.
Sure.
So I didn't have to start from scratch and recruiting. So I've trained 37 agents at once. Then I evaluated from there which ones were serious, which ones were not. Then I set another appointment to see how serious they are. On that appointment, only 17 showed up. It's expected. You cannot have like 37 and all 37 show up. Only 17 showed up. Had a group discussion with them, and I gave them advices. Okay, guys, this is what is going to happen. Where you going? I called it a field of, the field I called it a world of the jungle. Only the strong survive. Believe you me, you're not going to get your sales on your first day or second day. You're definitely going to struggle. But one thing for sure, once you start getting those numbers, they're going to keep on coming like domino, believe you me, but if you stay consistent. So what was happening is I'll let them go to the field today. Then the following day, I call them again. Then I ask them about the experience. Guys, how was it like? Then they'll mention some of the things that, yeah, but you told us in party that this and this and this is going to happen, and it did. Then where they struggle, then I'll assist them up until they kept on pushing. But there's another thing that I've noticed on their performance. On the first 4 days, I almost quitted. In that first 4 days, I almost quitted. These guys, they didn't trust the system. They didn't trust the process. Then I told them that, guys, just be patient. See what's going to happen in the next 2 to 3 weeks' time. And when they started tapping into those first paid, that's when they started realizing that, no, Zawadi is for real. And everything is history. Then the numbers started coming like nobody's business. Well, then it was easy because Herotel was paying us on paid sales, not activation.
Okay.
So that's the reason why I managed to get to 728 in no time. My target was 500, but on that first month, I ended up on 728. I also got shocked. I even almost fell on the chair when the first SMS for TL commission came in. I thought maybe you guys made a mistake. I even asked him, he said, no, Fana, don't be, but bear in mind that this month you did kill me. I said, what? How could Zawadi do that? I mean, you are on top of me. How can I get paid more than you? It doesn't make sense. It didn't gel well with me. Up until I understood that, oh, this is the Zawadi model.
Yes.
Then from there, we started pushing. Everything was fine.
Yes.
up until it came into a point where, we had those problems with the system changes. Now Herotel and the agents started like dropping off.
Yeah.
Then back to TL2. Yeah, it was tough then.
Just on that point, Phumlani, did you reach dealer level when he got to sales manager, or were you both on sales manager?
I think we were both on sales manager at the time.
Okay. So we had it was quite an interesting chat, me and you. I don't know if you want to elaborate on that, because suddenly he got like a big amount of money, and it was much bigger than yours on the team leader side. You want to tell us a little bit about that?
With that situation, I was shocked at first. I knew it's possible, but seeing it happen for the first time, having to be shocked on some. I'm running the business. My first team leader is second in charge. Is out earning me. How does that work?
Mm.
So I had a bit of a problem grasping that. But what I eventually understood, and which is what I'm preaching all the time when I do inductions and take on new teams, is that with the system, the system doesn't discriminate. If the effort is coming from a particular person, the system will reward that particular person.
Mm.
So regardless of who's above you or what's happening, this game is based on what you put in is what you get out.
Mm.
He had a huge few months, that month. He had a huge month. He worked hard for that. I just never thought that it was possible for someone who is under me to out-earn me. So that month was a wake-up call to say, you know what? If he can do it, so can anyone else.
Mm-hmm.
We have a lot of problems, especially when we try to recruit reputable resellers, where they think that I'm going to be working under you, hey, I'll always be in your shadows, but not knowing that the system rewards where the effort is coming from. If you are recruited as a reseller, someone above you is hitting his ceiling at 1,000, and you come in and you do 1,005. You'll definitely out-earn that person, because the money that you get is a true reflection of what you put in, regardless of which level you are in. So it was shocking, but I got to understand that the system is fair, and I think that's the message that should be carried across everyone who is within the Zawadi system, to say what I did or what Bongani did or whoever that is, or all these big dealers, whatever that they are doing, anyone from an agent level can most certainly do the same thing, because it all starts with being an agent. You doing what you have to do, which is selling. After selling, you transfer that skill to the first person, the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth. Then you've got yourself a team. After 2 or 3 months, these people are now taking the same game plan and transferring it and growing their team. That's how we grew as well, because it was just myself doing door-to-door on my own initially. Then the guys came on board. Team of just 5. 5 agents. We were all fitting into one car when we were doing door-to-doors, driving out and whatnot. So from that team of 5, we grew it to what it is today. So if there's one thing that I'd like to communicate to everyone at each and every level of this game, is that it's definitely possible. you can out-earn whoever is above you if you want to take this as a business.
Jan, can you quickly show you? I want to explain the situation here on the board that Phumlani is talking about.
Okay.
So the thing is, at that stage, Phumlani was here, we've got Bongani, and then Phumlani had like, say, 2 or so small team leaders, if I remember correctly. They might have 1 or 2 agents and so forth. Well, Bongani's structure here was doing very well with Andile there and Slenderik and the guys, and then this structures was like actually doing very well. And then Bongani got a lot of agents from that Ikangala. That 17 agents were all doing 6, 7, 10, 15, smashing numbers. So that team here, that was what his structure looked like, almost in a sense. So that all these new agents, right? Lots of new agents directly under him. Not the exact Zawadi philosophy of getting too many agents, but in new areas, you almost have to go that route to get past the councillors and stuff. And then the structure here. So suddenly Bongani were doing 728. And then Phumlani, I think 900 or something, maybe. I can't remember if it's 9 plus minus 900 and something. So what happened in the situation is, remember now, TL1, TL2, SM, and dealer. So I think that time the Eurotel were $40, and then another 20, so 60, and then was it 10 or 20 or 10 and 5? I think it was 10 and 5. Was it something like this?
No, it was 10.
Or 10, 10. 10, 10.
10, 10.
Okay, so this was a commission. So it means $70 there, and plus another 10 there, and dealer is 80. So Bongani qualified on sales manager level, right? So he got $70, right? So Phumlani for the whole structure, he would have gotten the 80 times 900. So that's what's that, $72,000, okay? So that's the money you can make if you on dealer sales manager level, right? So then, but now remember, so Bongani was on this level here. Now he gets. So Phumlani gets it 80, but he gets it 70 times 728. Can someone do this calculation quickly? 728 times 70. What is that?
50960. 50960.
50960. Okay, something like this. So let's say $50,000. So what happened is, this money then gets deducted from there. So after all the work, Phumlani is sitting with 22,000 Rand team leader money left, which you still have to share some with this one, but this will be small. Was small. That's teams. I don't know if they were team leader 1. Maybe it was. But maybe paid out another 7,000. Now, I think you got like 10 grand. What did you get? I can't remember. But anyway, so it was like, let's say it was sitting between 10 and 15,000. No, I think it was around 10K, if I remember correctly. That was what he pocketed after he paid his other team leaders, right? Because these guys also get paid. Bongani had to pay his team leaders from his commission, and I think he had like plus minus 30,000, something 30, is something in the 30,000.
It was, I remember there was also, what do you call?
Bonus.
The bonus for the top team leaders.
Oh.
It was paying how much? 5,000, yes. So all in all, it was 45,000.
45. Okay, so all
I
in all,
got 45.
$45,000. So now Phumlani is looking at this. Flip it. The guy below me is like earning like much more than me. All right. But then this was on the 10th, on the team leader payment, right? And then on the 25th, luckily, Phumlani's ongoing revenue, I think you had a nice jump in ongoing revenue. I think you just qualified above 1,000 because your ongoing was like jumped to like 20 or 25,000. So at that stage, I think you did get to 1,000, right? But then, so it did get to 1,000, because you got paid there. You did clear some. You were paid on dealer. You did get a little bit of money. Otherwise, you would have earned less. And then, but then when your ongoing revenue came through, it was like, I think 25,000 or something at that stage. So then that was the first time we had a nice bump because you were used to get on, I think you went on to the next tier. So your ongoing revenue doubled. So in philosophies, so what's important on this structure is that if you just have one big guy, like you said, the system rewards the one putting in the effort. If you get one guy and he's doing well, he's going to chow all your money. It is important to get extra layers here. So when this guy and you are maybe on the same level or just below, then there's not a lot of money you're going to make on the guy because it's small on these levels. Then it's important that you have other guys then to earn maybe that's on this level, which you make the $40 on, or on this level, then you make $20 on the structure. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. All right, so then, okay, all right, cool. So then Bongs, those teams went away, system problems and complaints, and you also pulled out, eh? At that stage, so you were there and then you left and then you're back in Gauteng.
Yeah, I came back after 4 months. Okay. Because the job was done that side.
Job was done. And then the team, but in between you were in Joburg every now and then?
Yes, in between.
And then when you pulled out, the team fell flat almost,
started, yes.
And we see that a lot, team leaders, so keep that in mind.
Exactly. Because if you don't take care of them like every now and then they're going to fall off. Only those serious ones will stay behind. Then the numbers started dropping to 9. Now I only see 5 or 6. Then all of a sudden, now there's 0 under Nkangala. As we speak, 0, nothing. From that number to 0. So I had to start from scratch.
Okay. So you've just recently, you were then back to team leader 2 level for a bit. We moved you to PE for a while to set up PE. Yeah. But that didn't work out as planned. It was quite, it's not that didn't do well. But now then you came back to Gauteng and you're back above sales manager. So what worked for you now? What lessons have you learned? What would you advise? Because with the new areas and where you now, what's working, what didn't work? Yeah.
Okay. What didn't work is that massive recruit. It's not working. Honestly speaking, it's not working. You can't rely on that massive recruit because these guys are going to disappoint you because not all of them are going to do what you want them to do. But if you focus on building the structure, that's whereby everything is going to fall back into their pieces. Because what happened is you train one guy to do exactly what you are doing. That guy is going to stay because he's earning very well. Then he's going to do the same to another guy and he's going to do the same to another guy. Because the only thing that motivates people is money. If people are making money, they'll stay. If people are not making money, they'll go. So that's the reason why now I've got most of the guys who are making money who are still here. I don't have to worry about them. Now I just have to focus on the guys who are supposed to tap into that level where they can make money as well. So again, what worked very well is the strategy. Because at first we didn't have a strategy. What we were doing, we were recruiting. If anyone comes and say, no, I'm looking for a job, then we say, no, come on Monday, we're going to train you. So every Monday we were doing the training every Monday. But now you see, I've got 250 agents, but only 60 or 70 are working. And out of that 60 and 70 that are working, only 15 are doing very well. The rest are giving you 1, 2, 3. So it's not working. Honestly speaking, it's not working. Now you start building your structure very well, talk to your team leaders to do the same. And now everything is shaping nicely so. So that's exactly what works.
So so what you're saying is, just correct me if I'm wrong, is that you are now training less agents at a time and giving them better quality training.
That's correct.
Those guys keep on sticking and your team is actually growing.
Exactly. Because even last week I fought with one of the team leaders. Because what he did, he trained 2 guys on a Monday. Then on Tuesday, he put them inside the car to go to the field. Then I asked them one simple question about the pitch. They didn't know anything. So meaning those 2 guys were not trained properly. And now you're throwing them to the lion's den. I mean, come on, you are setting them for a failure. And they're definitely going to fail. So I declined it there and there. And unfortunately, those 2 ladies quitted that same day because they felt like I was rude. But I wasn't talking to them. I was talking to their team leader who was here. You showed them the right way of recruiting, working with their agent up until it's nicely so, but he decided to do it his own way, which failed him dismally. So I had to correct that, because if we allow that to happen, believe you me, we'll be stuck in one place because we'll be going around in circle and the team is not going to grow.
Yeah. So Phumlani, you've got the biggest structure in Zawadi. And I think this is one thing that I appreciate. You guys are always talking about the system, following the process. And I think I think that's the mentality in your group. Is that correct? Train the guys properly, and you continue to consistently growing because of that. You want to elaborate on that?
Yeah, we try to. It doesn't always work out because we also fall into the trap of.
So that day.
We also fall into the trap of recruiting quantity instead of quality. And as Bongani said, with a huge group, you're not always going to get your message across. You're not always going to give that group or everyone in that group the attention that is needed. It's very tempting to say, 100 agents, come. If you're thinking, if one just signs one a month, I'm automatically on 100, but it does not work out that way, because even with us, it took you doing this drawing, I don't know how many times, for us to get it through our thick skulls, because it has to be drilled over and over and over. So if one team leader is going to be wanting to go at a massive recruitment hunt of 20 agents in the first, within his first team leader assignment, the team leader will definitely sink, because it's overwhelming, especially in new areas. It's overwhelming, the amount of questions you get. How do you do this? How people trained well? Yes, they do go through the Zawadi training. You also pitch in with additional training. But that first day when everyone hits the field, those questions, how do you, if you don't give the correct support to those people, which I've also felt guilty of, those people will definitely quit, because they'll feel that they don't have the necessary support. And not that you don't want to support them, it's just that you cannot stretch yourself to reach everyone. You just don't have the personal capacity to reach everyone. So yes, recruiting, training your guys, and trusting your team leaders, man, with their own team. Giving them the responsibility to say, you know what, you are a team leader because you've shown that you can sell, you've shown that you've got the qualities. Now, if you want to take it to the next level, here are some added responsibilities that you are going to get. But should you get this right, you will be operating this as your own business as well, because same opportunity is applicable to everyone. So I think it's about drilling the message to make everyone aware that everyone who's up there, that opportunity is open for anyone. And that will definitely take a lot of explaining. And the best teacher is experience here out there in the field. You can talk. But up until you roll your sleeves, go to the field, start selling, get involved with your agents. That's basically the only way. And as I said, we are tempted to do this mass recruiting, which works for some instances, but in most instances, going small and doing a proper skill transfer in a small group to make sure that once you let these guys' hands go for them to go fend on their own, you trust them because you know that you've given them enough information not to sink in this very cutthroat industry of ours, where there's a lot of competition, where there's agents being poached, where there's because in most cases agents as well need to fight with their own demons up here. You get a lot of freedom with this type of work that we do, whereby in some cases the difference between you making it and not making it is not dependent on your team leader or Chris or whoever. The biggest demon is within that person of defeating that voice in the morning that says, no, don't go to work. Once you defeat that voice, you get to the field. And when you see that huge long street with houses on the left and right, and it's you and that street again. You hit that first house, they say no. You hit that second house, they say no. You still have to fight another demon inside that says, is it really worth it? If you are right here, you will carry on. And in most cases, it happens that your first client that you sign is going to be on the last house. Yeah. So if you did not have the self-discipline to carry yourself throughout the day with doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over, you're not gonna make it. And unfortunately, not everyone is as driven and as disciplined and as hungry to go through that. Most of the people we find, yes, you'll find a lot of people saying, I want the job. But do you have what it takes to do the job? It's something else. So a lot of people we will hire, but not a lot of people want to do what we do. But we are open and we are desperately looking for those who are hungry, those who are driven, because if we find that person will definitely make a killing in this industry.
Yeah, all right, well, thanks, guys. Thanks for the interview. The main thing, like I say, we're going to share this to the sales managers. Maybe they give me the two guys that are starting to take teams onto road trips, and that is, and that's going to experience it. Thanks for joining. Thanks for your time.
No, thanks. Thanks for the invitation.